It's Monday. Usually I'm very happy about Monday nights and Plug Talk Sports. But you know what, guys? Here it is. Here it is. We're going to get into that segment, and so I'm going to take my shot. But it's fair to say, Isaac Gomez, you were the better man. And Kamaru, the Nigerian nightmare, as they call him, became my nightmare. And defeated Colby Covington at UFC 268 to keep his title. I believe first guy that's kept the title defense 3 times in one calendar year. Mm-hmm. So I will be taking the shot here on Plug Talk Sports. Welcome to Monday. You already know me, Danny Torres. And here's the winner, Isaac. You can say a victory speech to the people if you'd like.
I don't have a huge speech. Usually I'll write a whole monologue and everything prepared. But it was a good week, I would say, overall for my teams. And including, I had the bet with Danny, in this fight between Kamaru Usman. And, Steven actually just jumped in. Let's go ahead and bring Steven on here.
Yo.
This is Sad Monday, bro.
It's the Mondays, man. What's up,
Did you see the fight, Steven?
I was actually not able to watch the fights. I was working the FIU game, which was tons of fun. FIU was always going out there fighting hard and taking L's.
Yeah. I had an unfortunate loss, It's going to happen here shortly, but Isaac was the better man.
Yeah, basically we bet between Kamaru Usman and Colby Covington, that fight. The winner has to just enjoy the moment, which is me right now. And then the loser, Danny, he wanted Colby Covington to win and he lost. So he has to take a shot in honor, of losing the bet.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? We're doing tequila?
We're doing Jameson Irish whiskey.
Oh, that's money, man. That's some good stuff.
Yeah, you see, in my personal opinion, Colby won this fight 3-2. We'll get into that a little later. But it's like, we'll get into it later. Me and Isaac had the same thing we agreed on in order to take down the champion. But at this point, the whiskey's going down the drain here.
That's tough, man. I didn't watch the fight. We'll get into it later. I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll get into it.
Isaac, go ahead. Plug of the week, shameless plug, whatever you want to plug with, man.
Let's go.
Like I said, it was a good week for me, man. I won the bet. The Cowboys lost too. I had a lot to prepare for plug of the week. But for me, the plug of the week has to be the Cleveland Browns, especially their offense, including Baker Mayfield, the receiver Peoples-Jones. I think if you're looking for a receiver to boost up your starting lineup or your flex, I think that maybe Peoples-Jones is somebody to add. I don't know if he's available in my league, but after the show, I'll check. But yeah, man, all week we heard was, all the criticism of Baker Mayfield, including OBJ. His dad apparently got into it as well. And, people just saying Baker Mayfield isn't a good quarterback. I don't know if you guys saw the video, but somebody posted a whole 11-minute video on YouTube breaking down, why the relationship between OBJ and the quarterback Baker Mayfield, just they don't have any on-field chemistry. It's not consistent on the field. And I was watching the video, and Baker Mayfield, for what it is, he's not Lamar Jackson. He's not going to wow you with his feet, but he can be mobile, in the pocket. And just sometimes when he's mobile in the pocket, he makes the wrong decisions. He'll decide to, throw to other receivers not named, OBJ. So, and a lot of times OBJ is wide open, and for whatever reason, Baker Mayfield tries to run or dump it off to the running back, or he fumbles, throws an interception, and it's these inconsistencies that I don't blame OBJ for trying to leave, but all week the media try to portray this picture that this offense, was nothing without OBJ, and look what happened. Let me just go over the stats, and Yeah, they beat the Cincinnati Bengals 41-16. Mayfield had 218 yards and 2 touchdowns. Nick Chubb, who I have on my fantasy lineup, had 137 yards and 2 touchdowns. So, good for them.
Hey, I have my own opinion on that. I don't know if you guys remember Terrell Owens.
Yeah.
For me, Odell Beckham, as great as he is, as talented as he is, we know what he can do. I think every season now in his career, and obviously he's been dealing with injuries, he's becoming a Terrell Owens. He's becoming a loudmouth, a cancer to the locker room, and it's more about off the field than on the field. And it's not helping him.
Yeah, I think it all started with when they were on the Giants and they took that picture on the boat and in Miami and they were chilling and having some fun. Like ever since that picture, the Giants started doing terrible. Then OBJ left. Then since then, it all went downhill. But yeah, same, Danny. Kind of in like that, Terrell Owens more concerned about being a diva than being a wideout.
Mm-hmm.
And like for sure, dude, I see it. And supposedly now he's saying he wants to go to a competitor. He wants to go to a good team. Which I was talking to one of my friends, and he was telling me, "Yo, can you imagine OBJ on the Rams?" And like that's
scary.
That's a pretty scary thought, dude. They already got Woods and Cooper Kupp. If they had OBJ to that receiving core,
here's
the
problem, Steven. OBJ was already having problems on the Browns of not being targeted as much. I don't think he'll go to a team that already has a good group of receivers because then he won't be as targeted. He wants to be the man. He won't be targeted as much. The Giants didn't have that problem because he was being targeted. He was the best receiver. He won't go to a place like the Cowboys either because the Cowboys got Amari Cooper. They got Wilson. They got CeeDee Lamb. They got Gallup, Schultz. That's already a ton of options. He wants to go to a place where he can be the man. And that's what he's complaining about, honestly. Other than that or the money. That's why he's a diva. He's in between those two now, and it's not about winning, and it's not about football.
Yeah, supposedly he said he wants to go to a contending team that's going to make the playoffs. Yeah. Let's see how true that is, because if he doesn't want to go to a contender, like you said, he might have to be the number 2. He'll be competing for a number 1 spot. So yeah, bro, not a big fan of the things that OBJ is doing off the field.
Do you guys remember when he wore the Rolex on the field?
Yes, bro.
Yeah,
what was that, bro? Like, what was that?
A flex.
It was a flex. That's so stupid. You know how many people died making that watch?
Didn't he like marry the goalpost or something like that? Or the net?
Yeah, he did. The kicker's net.
Yeah, the kicker's net.
Dude's wild, man.
Yeah.
Steven, plug of the week.
My plug of the week is Manchester being blue.
Okay.
This is I didn't bring it up. This is beef between Steven and Isaac right here.
So Isaac was talking about
beef. There's no rivalry. You guys own us last 5-10 years. It feels.
That's how it's been, bro. That's how it's been. Defense for Man U looking shaky as usual. Squad doesn't want to come out to play. And City, we didn't have our best game, but it was still enough to beat you guys, Like came through, got it done. I thought City put out the best starting lineup we had. I think Jack Grealish is actually really bad on the team. He's not fitting in the squad at all. He's been playing terrible, actually. So not having him in the squad, having the front 3 of Gabriel Jesus, Phil Foden, and Bernardo Silva up top. Those 3 guys got it done, bro. And Man U is in the mud. Thank you.
Yeah, the first goal is an own goal. I mean, why not? Eric Bailey or Bailey?
Eric Bailey, whatever you want to call him, the dude sucks, bro. Whatever you want to call him.
Coming back from his, 16th injury or something like that. Hey, man, injuries suck, and it's a part of the sport. You have to recover, but to come back and score an own goal like that, it sucks. I wouldn't even say it as like, I don't want to be too harsh on him. You look at the play; he was trying to clear the ball, but he just reacted, I guess, a little too late.
Mm-hmm.
And just he got the angle completely wrong. But hey, man, Steven, the best man won that day.
For
And Ollie is on the hot seat. Hopefully he's no longer on any seat very soon.
Actually, I heard some crazy conspiracy saying that Bruno, remember that penalty that Bruno missed that he skied it way over the crossbar?
Yeah.
So supposedly he missed that penalty on purpose to try to get Oli fired. Because if you look at it, Bruno takes a little hop, like his regular run up to take a penalty kick. He takes a little hop before it, and they're always composed shots. They're in the corners, if not they're low. Never ever has he skied one that bad. And people are saying, later it didn't look like he went to his normal routine. It looked like he was trying to do something different. And after he shot, supposedly he looked straight at Oli after. So I don't know, man. Something about it, but I don't doubt it, dude. Maybe the team's playing bad on purpose, but if the locker room knows that he's not the right decision, that's for sure. I know those guys want somebody else, and they deserve it, dude. Oli's not it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Cristiano deserves better. That's all I care about.
That's what concerns you.
It's what concerns me. It really does. Should have gone to Madrid, but my plug of the week is going to be actually we stick with soccer here. FIU soccer. I had some time to go out to the game. My friend Andoni, who's been here on the show with us, helped me out. He was like, I was going to go to the game, and he was like, hey, man, I'll put you on the list. You get into the game, for the little down low, a little free. But he helped me out with that. But incredible game, man. They take down the number one team in the country, Marshall. They were defending national championships. And you would say, okay, maybe 1-2-0. No, they took down these guys 4-1. To take down the number one team in the country like that says a lot about your program and a lot about where your team is at right now. So, and they start the conference tournament on Wednesday. I feel pretty good about this program. It's good to see them, succeeding.
Dude, they killed them 4-1.
4-1, dude. And there was a red card, too, on Marshall.
Oh, that sucks for them.
Yo, guy, defender got a red card, and he goes to the bench, and he starts smashing up all the chairs.
Damn.
And I'm like, yo, there's some Cuban guy sitting in front of me. He's like, hey, la silla!
La silla.
I'm like, yeah, you tell him, bro. But yeah. Shameless plug, Isaac. Worst thing?
So the worst thing, and I'm a little biased, of course. I am a Dolphins fan. But you guys tell me if this was unsportsmanlike, Hold on. Let me share my screen. All right. So you guys let me know, all right, if this was a dirty play. Now, not the fumble, but after. Look at Mac Jones.
Huh?
This guy sprained his ankle because look at Mac Jones. He just pulls his ankle.
What?
Isaac, bro. I don't know, bro.
Oh, wait, hold on. If I would have had the video in a little better quality,
unfortunately, that's the video.
No, 100%. But it looked, bro, from that 1 second that you see a dude pulling another guy's foot and he looks like he's trying to go away about it, bro. That's not a good look, man.
Yeah, I don't know about, bro. It doesn't look good.
You think I'm reaching?
No.
Am I reaching or am I teaching?
You're teaching, bro. You're trying to put people on. That's actually crazy. I hadn't seen that.
Yeah. I found out through ESPN. He didn't get penalized or anything, but that guy sprained his ankle.
Honestly, yeah. Isaac, that's a suspension.
Was the guy hurt for the rest of the game? Do you know? I think he said it was Brian Burns. That's a good player on
Burns
defense.
Yeah, that's a suspension for me, to be honest.
Red card.
Yo, that's crazy, man. I didn't know about that. If the league looks into it and they see that he's actually if it was the other way around, let's put it the other way around. Let's put it that Brian Burns, the defensive end, was doing that to Mac Jones, the holy quarterback of the Patriots. That guy would not even see the field for the rest of his life.
No, Robert Kraft would be on the field, dog.
Come on, dude. Robert Kraft will put a lawsuit $6 billion on that guy.
This is random, but do you guys remember Vontaze Burfict?
Yes, bro. That's
Yes.
the nastiest
Dirty player right there.
Dirty player, bro.
So that's my shameless plug.
That's
maybe it's a little conspiracy theory, from a Dolphins fan, but I think he should be suspended too.
Hell yeah.
I agree with that. There should be a suspension.
Yep.
That was nuts. My shameless plug, worst thing I saw, sadly, the Heat took a very fat L to the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
It wasn't fun to watch. They've been playing great this season. Some good basketball. They beat the Celtics earlier. But that game wasn't fun to watch. I turned it off like third quarter. Didn't want to watch the rest of it.
Damn.
Not happy with it. The Heat are looking great. They're looking fantastic. But that one game against the Celtics just, kind of killed the mood.
I think it was just an off night, to be honest.
Yeah. It was. But you'd like to see him beat the Celtics, You hate that.
Yeah.
I think it's the jerseys. It's the jerseys.
Yeah, the jerseys got to him. They try to look too fresh. They tried to make an appearance. Nobody could focus with all the numbers on the back.
Shameless plug for me is just gonna be the entire weekend, man. I think my teams did a lot of losing this weekend.
Yep.
I think it was a lot. There was a lot of losing this weekend from my personal standpoint. So that's gonna be my shameless plug. Hey, but we've had those weekends where your teams, all of them, just decide that they want to wet the bed and don't show up. Steven knows a lot about that, being a Colts fan.
Didn't you I'm sorry, Danny, but didn't you kill Steven like this week too?
Oh, thank you for reminding me. He did. I did kill him.
Yeah, I think I forgot to put a tight end in, and I think somebody else.
I'm gonna look what you had right now.
I had something.
It's 134
to 86.
86. That's what you get for naming your team the Dallas Cowgirls.
I'm still ahead of you in the standings, bro.
Not anymore, buddy. After this week, I'm going in front of you. And if Isaac loses, then we're tied.
I don't know about that.
Najee Harris has.
Yeah, you're 5-3. I'm 5-3.
Yo, he has 10 carries for 33 yards and a touchdown. I'm winning by 5 points. If Najee Harris has another touchdown, that's it.
Let me look this.
How about the fact that on my bench in this team, I have Calvin Ridley, Odell Beckham, and Henry Ruggs.
Yeah, bro.
All people that I drafted. 3 receivers that I drafted this year.
You want to make a trade, Steven?
I'll give you all 3 of those guys.
That was just bad luck. Honestly, those were good picks, but just bad luck, Steven.
Terrible luck on all 3 of them.
Yeah, which, hey, it's on our rundown too. So,
yeah.
Hey, honestly, I think the championship might be between me and Isaac.
Let's see, man. Tonight, I'm not doing so well. One shameless plug was going to be myself because I didn't start the Dolphins defense, who would have given me 18 points. Nice. So I thought Tyrod Taylor was actually going to play good, but he was bad. He was terrible.
The last time we faced each other, you squeaked by the hair on our rabbit.
Who scored 40 points, if I'm not mistaken. So
okay, well, Isaac, it's time to bask in your glory. It's time. Ladies and gentlemen, first segment of the night.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. It's time to talk about UFC 268. If you guys were paying attention last week, me and Isaac made a bet. Obviously, I was rooting for Colby Covington, Isaac for Kamaru Usman. And the bet is we had to take a shot of any of our choice. The loser, obviously. Colby Covington loses to Usman. So I will now proceed. Isaac, you may take video pictures for remembrance and whatnot.
Hold on.
But here we are. Jameson. I know Connor would be very upset with me because I'm drinking Jameson and not proper 12. I thank you for the kind words. It's very much appreciated. But here we are. It's triple distilled, guys. Irish whiskey.
Let's go, Danny.
Here we are, guys. Oh, man.
Let's go.
Here we go. Oh, man. Woo.
There we go, Danny.
There you go, Isaac. You won.
I'll take it.
I'm going to drink some of this water, though.
You're supposed to wear your Harry Potter gear.
I was. And I've been trying to find it. But I couldn't find it in my closet. It's somewhere in there.
You know what I would like to do, too? Like, if somebody loses a bet, they have to eat hot wings while doing the show.
Oh, yes. We should do that. And
Or
there's
we
a
can do
wing
a hot wing challenge, too.
We should.
No, I say we gotta go to Wingstop and just get the spiciest wings they have.
Yes.
Right, I'm game for
And
that.
we have to talk sports the entire show while eating these wings.
Yeah. Well, at least attempt to talk sports.
But there you go, Isaac. Congratulations. You got the best of me. We went to sports school to watch this fight. This man was chowing down fried cheesecake.
Yeah. Fried Oreos, too.
Nah,
I had the donuts, the mini donuts. They weren't bad. Pretty good. But look, my personal opinion, I want to start with the main event, main fight. I think Colby Covington won this fight 3-2. I think Usman had him in the first 2 rounds, obviously clipped him in the second, knocked him down. Like Usman said, Colby's just tough as nails. But honestly, like you and I, Isaac, we discussed, if it ever gets with a champion, if it ever gets to decision, they're going to give it to the champion. They're never you're going to knock him out if you want that title, if you're on that title fight. But for me, Colby, in those last rounds, after round 2, he was putting in good performance. He was clipping Usman. He was getting in shots. I think, he had good coaching this time from MMA Masters. They were really telling him not to go crazy. I mean, I think we saw Masvidal go crazy in their second fight. And when he went crazy, he was trying to throw the kitchen sink at him. Usman just found that pocket and just destroyed him, smashed him. Mm-hmm. So I think he came in with a technical approach not to go crazy and just find those pockets and get those shots in on Usman whenever he could. And I think he did a good job at that and landed good shots in all of those rounds. And there's a time where Usman kind of wobbled a bit. And Isaac, you saw that. It kind of wobbled a bit from a shot.
He kept looking down. He would get stuck. Yeah. I don't know if it's a punching technique or why he did that, but he would get hit once or twice and you would see his head drop forward.
Now, Isaac, I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question. There was a reporter, and I don't know if you agree with this. Obviously, Colby didn't agree with it, but there was a reporter that said that Colby went for 11 takedowns on the ground, and he said all 11 of them were unsuccessful. Do you agree with that statement from that reporter?
I mean, I would have to look at the stats, but I thought Colby was able to get maybe a takedown or 2. But I do remember seeing Colby just wanting, getting almost greedy and wanting to finish the double. But, he could have easily, or at one point, too, where he decided to change up. He's stuck like this, and he tries to just go for the single. He would get the leg and then not be able to finish the takedown. He would get stuck like that. And, there's a technique. It's called the Windsor. And basically, the knee too. But basically, when you have a Windsor, you grab your own wrist and you twist when somebody's trying to take one of your legs down or maybe you go for a double, and you just gotta twist and always look for the wrists and the fingers, peel off the fingers. And Kamaru Usman, I mean, he's great, doing takedowns, but his takedown defense is some of the best that we've seen, I think, in the UFC. the way that he's able to get his hips back just in time, and then, maybe get a takedown himself or, stand up again, get him, back in position. Like it just like and there was a lot of good scrambling too. I know I don't want to go too crazy here, and we'll move on to the other fights. But like Chandler and Justin Gaethje had a really good scramble too. So I wish I would have seen that. Was full of like, just good scrambling, good jiu-jitsu. This card was awesome. Sorry, Steve.
It was.
Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say I wish I would have seen that fight.
Oh,
yeah,
Steve.
It was good.
I was watching all the highlights and like I was just scrolling through Instagram and Twitter, and I like everyone was putting up highlights of it, and they were just smashing each other, bro. It looked sick.
Yeah, and the best part about it is that when the fight was over, and these guys didn't have any bad blood with each other. When the fight was over, Dana White was so concerned of how bad they were fighting each other. He was like, yo, this fight belonged in like the Roman Coliseum. And he sent both of them to the hospital to get checked out because he's like, they beat the hell out of each other so bad. I'm concerned for their health. They need to go get checked out. Isaac, I was actually going to send it to you, but both of them, Gaethje and Michael Chandler, took a selfie together at the hospital. And you can just tell, like, Chandler's face was so messed up.
Yeah, and he got knocked down a couple of times. We didn't think. I mean, you and I'm pretty sure you agree with me when I say this, but like we saw him limping in his left leg. I think it was his left leg that was just fried by the end of like the third round. I didn't think he was gonna make it.
Yeah,
like I didn't think he was going to make the entire rest of the fight, but he did. Of course, he did some jogging and he was trying to buy time and waste time or whatnot towards the end, which I don't blame him because it's like if you can barely stand on one leg, how are you going to have the power to punch and how to keep up with this guy who just engaged you, who's just a savage? But yeah, in that Kamaru Usman and Covington fight, like, just great wrestling all around. And, wrestling defense from Kamaru Usman, whose back, like, protrudes like that, man. And, like, he's just so muscular. He's able to just, take you down, put you against the cage. And he's got power. I think that was the big difference in this fight, too. That, like, his punches really, give you a reason, not to get up again, which Colby did multiple times. He's a savage too. And then you could tell at the end of the fight, they both respected each other. So,
last fight we're going to talk about on this card was obviously my girl, Thug Rose Namajunas taking on Zhang Wei Li. And, I'm not gonna lie. At the beginning, opening rounds, Zhang Wei Li did make me a little nervous. But once it got to the ground, Rose just dominated her on the ground.
Yeah, I think, in my opinion, like, they gave her a unanimous decision. I wouldn't have given her a unanimous decision. I would have given at least like 2 or maybe, like 2 rounds at least to Wei Li. And because, she did get taken down a couple times or whatnot, but she didn't land. Thug Rose didn't really land any significant, elbows that cut her open, or you saw some ground and pound, but it wasn't that much. What it was though was control and like how long you can keep that person down. And so in that aspect, she did dominate. You saw Wei Li, the way she moved and stuff. She had a lot more head movement than the first fight, which, because the first fight she got knocked out, with that head kick. So this fight, she looked a little bit more loose, but also very hesitant too. It's like she's just like how I was just talking about, like how Colby, doesn't have the power that Kamaru Usman does. I mean, this girl, Thug Rose, believe it or not, you look at her frame. When she wants to, when she calculates correctly, she can knock you out. I mean, she showed that in the first fight. But Wei Li doesn't seem to have that. And so I felt like her technique was just very hesitant, like I was saying. And so towards the later rounds, when she could have maybe gotten up from one of the takedowns that, Thug Rose had her in, or in a submission attempt or something, she didn't have the energy or like I said, she was just hesitant and she didn't take the initiative. So it's like when you really have to knock out the champ almost, or make them look really, really outclass them, basically. Make them look really bad. And I think that's what Wei Lee and Covington didn't do.
Now, coming out of 268, we are, and the rumors are already starting up, we are given some interesting matchups to discuss. We're talking about Colby Covington wanting to take on Jorge Masvidal. That's one matchup that's rumored. Today, I sent you the picture, Isaac, of Michael Chandler wanting to fight Conor McGregor in 2022. And then we have Kamaru Usman, who's kind of beat up his entire division already. And at this point, it would just be a bunch of rematches for him. He wants to step in the boxing ring and take on Canelo Alvarez, who Dana White said, hey, he doesn't want Canelo. And Kamaru was like, why not? I'm not afraid of the challenge. I want to take on Canelo. I mean, he's pretty bad in his area in the ring, and I'm pretty bad over here in the UFC. Like, why not? Let's do it.
I don't know. I mean, it sounds like a cool idea, but unfortunately he is the champ, and as the champ, he has certain duties, certain people to fight and whatnot. So I don't know how Dana White would feel, just saying, okay, you can pause everything you want, go and box, out of the UFC. Or, I mean, he would represent the UFC, but he would probably have to hang up his belt, and they would have an interim champ. And I think that's what would happen. But because, like you said, he keeps on beating up the same guys. So maybe I think he has some time, at least a year, till he defends the belt again. But another matchup you mentioned was Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler. And I mean, I hate to say this, Danny, but I just feel like Michael Chandler right now, the way his movement, his
Hey,
power.
I'm not denying it. I'm not
saying it'll be, a bloodbath, but it's just, we saw it with Dan Hooker, the Dan Hooker and Michael Chandler fight. Like, this guy, one punch was all it took to just drop him.
Hey, I'm not denying it. At this point, Conor needs to be with the Jose Aldos of the world, the Nate Diaz's, all the 90-year-olds.
Tony Ferguson, I would love to see that fight. Tony Ferguson and McGregor, sorry.
That'd be a good fight.
I just changed his name. Not Michael.
Yeah.
McGregor.
So let's change here to a topic that was very serious that happened. I believe it was this past week or 2 weeks ago. Henry Ruggs, who Steven mentions on his fantasy, gets drunk in Las Vegas, gets in his Corvette, his Stingray, and goes 165 miles per hour down the road, strikes a car, kills a 23-year-old girl. Obviously gets released from the Raiders. He's now facing, obviously, a prison sentence. Guys, honestly, this is what happens. First of all, you're a rookie. You're coming out of college. But it's no excuse. This is what happens. Those guys, they can't handle – and, I mean, the same thing can go for Miami, right? They can't handle having something like Las Vegas being there. Like, it's too much for them to handle. They have the fame. They have the money, the cars. It's almost like it's too much for them to handle having all that entertainment stuff there. And just the fact now, the state of Nevada, the alcohol limit is 0.08. Henry Ruggs was at 0.161. And when I found that out, I was like, damn. But it's it. His life's done. His career's over. His career's done. He'll never play another snap of football. He threw that away just because he wanted to have some fun with alcohol.
Yeah, I saw some videos on it, reading some stories, and I saw a video that he was just hanging out with some friends at Topgolf before. He was just there drinking, I don't know what, just drinks, having fun with friends at Topgolf like anybody else would. But he has all the money in the world to pay for 60,000 Ubers to take him home.
Yeah.
There's no right for him to hop in the car. It's just a bad decision from a young guy. I mean, he's my age. The guy's 23 years old, and his life will never be the same, man. Just a bad decision. Nobody there to guide him, to help him out, to let him know. Dude just says, screw it. I'll hop in my super sick, super expensive car and start doing 160 down a road, man. Like, that's nuts. That's nuts. And when he came into contact with the car, when he hit the car, I saw that he hit the car at 127, meaning, he was close. He saw the car at like, whatever distance, and he decided to hit the brake. But at that point, obviously, there's nothing else he could do. But yeah, man, terrible, terrible situation, partying, having fun, and it's not the right way to go about it, man.
It took someone's life.
Took someone's life, and if you see him, like, you can see it, the look on his face, just knowing that he ruined it all. Did you see the video of him laying down with his girlfriend, like hugging him on the floor?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, so after, like, I guess a bystander came, and he's just sitting down basically like that, and his girlfriend's next to him hugging him, and he's just looking at the car he just hit up in flames, blowing up, and he's just like screaming, going hysterical, cussing. And you can just see the look on his face, like, even as drunk as he was, he understood what he had just done. Terrible situation. The guy, I think he's facing possibly 40 years in prison. Tough, dude.
Isaac, any thoughts? I have to agree with Steven. As young, dumb, and I guess rich, famous as he was or he is, you can pay for an Uber. And you guys are saying, I think he was with his girlfriend. Is that what you were saying, Steven?
No, I think he was just hanging out with some friends at Topgolf. Or I don't know if
he was by himself.
But yeah, he was by himself, and then his girlfriend, I guess, found out, or he called her, and then she showed up.
It's just like it. You have to ask the question: who was around him? You know what I'm saying? The people that he was hanging out with, were they really his friends? They had to have checked on him. You know what I'm saying? And it's mind-boggling. Like, it happens all the time where you see like a group of friends and one of them is just inebriated, can't drink, and then they just let him go like that. Like, that's not right. But yeah, as many problems in the world that there are, like, we live in a country where there's an Uber, like 2-3 minutes away, 2-3 blocks down the road.
Yep.
And whoever was with him, they failed him and he failed himself. So he threw everything away, and I feel for him in a sense, because I'm human, but now he has to pay for the decisions that he took.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't even think of that until you brought it up. But like, if it was you guys in that situation, we're at a restaurant or whatever, and I see you guys like that, like, no way in hell I'm letting either one of you two get in a car like that.
No.
Possibly, someone else's life, but your life as well. Like, ain't no way I'm letting you guys get in the car like that. So it's right, Isaac. I mean, not his friends or even his girlfriend. You guys not see the condition that he's in?
Yeah, nobody offers him a ride. Nobody lets him know. I mean, bad decision.
But yeah, we can all agree he's never taking another snap of football ever again.
No.
Here's another football topic here, and something it'll be fun to get into. We'll talk a little Aaron Rodgers now. Aaron Rodgers, who is serving a suspension, was supposedly told the NFL that he was vaccinated when they asked him, and he really wasn't. Ends up getting COVID, and now it's just the organization's really thinking, and the league as well is like, okay, well, you lied to us about being vaccinated. What else can we trust you on now? Like, you weren't being truthful with us. And Aaron Rodgers went into this he's done interviews now and saying going this whole spiel about being vaccinated and whatnot. But the problem here's whether, I think if you would just come out and said in the first place when the NFL asked you, say like, no, I'd rather not share that information, or, hey, look, I'm not vaccinated, I think people will be like, okay, we respect that. I think what people have a problem with is that you lied, you got COVID, and then obviously from a Packers, that's fine with me because the longer he's out, Cowboys helps the Cowboys. But from Packers fans' perspective, they're like, you idiot. Now you're really screwing us over. I I don't know what you guys' thoughts on Aaron Rodgers there, but I think he really should have just said the truth.
Yeah, honestly, he should have, like you said, he should have kept it like Cole Beasley at the beginning of the season when they start talking about vaccines and the press conferences and everything. Just give your point of view, dude. Just tell them how it is. You don't have it, etc. You're immunized, whatever you want to say. Like Cole Beasley came out, really saying like, no, I don't believe in the vaccine and this and that. And I'm not telling you have to be Cole Beasley, because definitely not. But it's your opinion. Just say it, stand by it, whatever you want. Go ahead. It's a free country. But if you're out here hiding your vaccine records and you don't want people to know, and now you're playing the victim, and now he's like, oh my God, and people are attacking me for my thoughts and my ideas, and I don't know what. They're not. They're attacking you because you hid them and you were lying, and now they're attacking you because you don't know what you want. If you just come out and say, yeah, I don't want this, I don't want that, people are always going to be upset. People are always going to comment, say something. But it's how it is at the end of the day, dude. You just come out, people forget about it. Now it's a huge, big deal. NFL's getting worried. Aaron Rodgers a liar. Now he can't get his State Farm commercials. Nobody trusts him. No more discount double checks. Terrible, dude.
I believe a brand, Isaac, before you go ahead, I believe a partnership that he had actually dropped him.
Really?
Wow. Partnership, yeah.
I'm telling you, no more.
Yeah, a partnership dropped him because of
a partnership.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
partner.
Yeah, partnership.
Partners.
So Aaron Rodgers. I mean, yeah, I have to agree with Steven. And I think I told you this, Danny, when we talked about it a little bit earlier. Like, he should have just been straight up with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, there's nothing wrong with voicing your opinion, how you feel about it, whatever. But you should have been honest from the beginning. And now an entire organization from top to bottom, to the players, that are, to the offensive lineman, to the guy that hikes the ball to you, to the guy that catches the ball that you throw, to the janitor. Like, it's like nobody can trust you. And hey, I would hate to connect this as well to like last summer, and but the Packers, they drafted Jordan Love for this reason, and that eventually we'll have to move on from him. And I'm not saying that they'll do it now, this instant, but maybe in the offseason, let's see what happens. But it's like it's always something with Aaron, and I'm not in his personal life and his shoes to really, quote anything, unfortunately for you guys. But my perspective basically just tells me that this guy just loves the attention on him. But then he also hates to be judged for the decisions that he makes or the things that he says, that he allows. He tells reporters something, and then they ask the coach about it. And then, it puts everybody in a hot seat, And it happened last year with Jordan Love, and now it's like trickled down. And this organization, they're going to have to think, about his future very soon, The trust, I think, is broken. But, and maybe that's what breaks the camel's back, you know what I'm saying? And they get rid of Aaron. I don't know. But that's dangerous. Your franchise quarterback, like, you can't trust him on what he says or what he does, Let's see what happens.
Hey, I think that tension's been building since even before the season started when he said he didn't want to be there. I think that tension.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
And I agree with you. I think he likes the attention, and obviously he likes picking girls that he's in relationships with that like the attention too. Olivia Munn, when he dated Olivia Munn, she said a bunch of crap too. He broke up with her. Now he's with Shailene Woodley, who's that girl from The Fault in Our Stars. She said some crap too about his vaccine problem. She's one of these girls that she got arrested because she was out there protesting some pipeline and they were going to tear down a matica, and then she got in front of the tree and they arrested her. And I don't know, he just loves these girls with attention. He likes attention himself. I mean, I'm not – he's a great damn football player. You know how many times he's burned the Cowboys. It's made me go to my room crying in a playoff game. But, hey.
Bez caught it.
You can be – that's definitely caught it, and I will stand by that. I want you guys in my funeral. You guys can put it on my grave. Des caught it. He caught it, period. But like, you can be a great football player, but when you bring all this controversy and bullcrap with you, like, people just get tired of it, to be honest. And I think Aaron's brought like a whole big ordeal and drama to this whole vaccine issue when it didn't need to be. Either, hey, look, I don't want to share my information, or hey, look, I'm not vaccinated. And like Steven said, Cole Beasley, look, he said his opinion, but you know what? The league was like, all right, that's your opinion. We respect it.
At least you know where he stands, you know?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That's your opinion. Okay, we respect it. That's it. Aaron Rodgers, we need to get freaking Sherlock Holmes to come in to look into his case now.
Gotta get a lie detector test for him.
By the way, I just want to throw a joke in there. Sherlock Holmes should also look for Matt Stafford's MVP status, bro, because he no longer looks like the MVP right now.
Oh, man. I was going to share with you guys. I thought it was hilarious. There was a meme of Kyrie Irving. And mind you, this Aaron Rodgers situation doesn't even make Kyrie look bad anymore. But there is a meme of Kyrie going on his way to get the vaccine, and they put the needle in his arm. And as soon as he gets the vaccine, he walks away, and it was a fake arm, and he takes the arm off.
That's a good one.
And he's like, all right, that's it. I'm ready to go.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers' special case. He's been doing interviews and stuff like that. I was watching First Take this morning, and interesting guy is what I can tell you now. Interesting guy. You get an inside look into his thinking and his personal life. Just, yeah, Steven said it best. He's making himself look the victim now. Yeah. Here's a topic we'll talk about that Isaac loves talking about, but good old Conference USA. They're going into a realignment.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, FIU will not be moving anywhere. Didn't get any invites to surprise. I don't know if that surprised anybody. It doesn't surprise me. But they didn't get any invites. Well, half of the conference is moving up to the next level.
Yeah.
We're staying place in good old Conference USA because nothing's more American than Conference USA if you ask Rosenberg or Pete Garcia.
America.
Yeah. I think I told Isaac already, I moved back to Sunbelt Conference, which so many people on Twitter were like, oh, are you kidding me? Freaking Sunbelt Conference has got Coastal Carolina. Why wouldn't we want to go back there? And I'm like, I didn't respond to these clowns on Twitter. They're always the ones that are bitching about Max Bortenschlager and whatnot. And talking about the audio, that the audio is always broken, and that FIU's field looks like a high school field. You know, I don't pay attention to these clowns. You know, these are the clowns saying that we should go back to. These are the guys who are talking about 20 years ago. We should have never let go of Mario Cristobal. You know, we're past that already. The Willy Wonka boat has left. Point. The Willy Wonka boat has left the station a long time ago. It's time to move on. And look, it is what it is. We're not going back to Sunbelt Conference. I think that was a horrible thing. So I'm happy they're staying in Conference USA. Obviously, I'm not happy that they're not moving forward with the rest of the conference, but I'd rather stay in Conference USA than drop back to Sunbelt. And listen to the people that we have joining here. We got Liberty. We got New Mexico State. We got Jacksonville State, who, mind you, me and Steven saw a demolition that Jacksonville State gave FIU during the pandemic year, an absolute demolition. And then we got Sam Houston joining. And mind you, most of these schools are coming up from FCS second division.
That's right.
Middle Tennessee is staying. Western Kentucky is staying. La Tech is staying. So, boys, we got ourselves a hell of a conference to be excited about.
Western Kentucky and La Tech are staying? I thought they were going.
No, Western Kentucky is staying and La Tech are staying.
Hey, no.
I thought it was UTEP. I thought it was UTEP and somebody else.
UTEP is also staying. UTSA is out the door. Marshall's out the door. Rice is out the door. Florida Atlantic's out the door. Southern Miss is out the door. North Texas is out the door. Everybody but us is out the door, apparently, because no one wants us.
Well, at least we got Western Kentucky.
Take a nice trip up to Western Kentucky to watch some football.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you guys want to be with the Chanticleers of Coastal Carolina in the Sun Belt?
No FAU, though, to scare us. No FAU.
Well, Isaac, you spoke too soon because Pete Garcia, with his genius thinking, said, hey, you guys may be leaving the conference, but we want to continue the Shula Bowl. And FAU was like, sure, not the same conference, but that's an easy W every year. Let's do it.
We'll take the dub easy, they said. Tough.
They said, that's fine. I mean, the trophy's been staying at our house for the last 6 years anyways.
True.
So what do you guys think? What do you guys think about this beautiful Conference USA that we have adopted now?
Sounding pretty iffy to me, dude.
Yeah.
Steven's face said it all.
Not sounding good. The teams coming in don't sound good. The teams staying don't sound good. The competition's getting worse.
Honestly, Steven, I mean, you just said the teams stink, but let me remind you that last year, which was our last year with FIU Athletics in 2020 during the pandemic, both Liberty and Jacksonville State gave us a demolition.
So it's not like that's very hard to do anyways, you know?
Yeah, you're kind of right.
You know, I just saw Old Dominion last Saturday. 2 running backs from Old Dominion each ran for 100 yards. The quarterback almost looked like a young Patrick Mahomes. The defensive ends were getting to the quarterback like Lawrence Taylor on every play. So at that point, you know, it's not much room to go down. Only
okay,
up,
quickly,
which is a good
quickly
part.
then. Quickly, Isaac, does Butch need to go? Yes or no?
Yes.
Steven, does Butch need to go?
Right,
yes or no?
Time to rip the Band-Aid.
Yes, sir. Get something new. Change it up. Rip it off.
I'm sorry, Butch, and I want to apologize live here on the show because you are a very nice man. You coached the Cowboys. You showed me your Cowboys Super Bowl rings on your fingers. He has a very nice parking spot with a nice convertible Mercedes outside the stadium. He invited me to the training facility one time to practice, to watch the team practice. He was a very nice guy. Love Butch, but the Butch train has sailed. It's time to and you know what? And while he's at it, I hope he takes Pete Garcia with him and they go to some other football program, probably Coastal Carolina. But yeah, it's time. Butch era is. We gave him a break last year because of COVID. We couldn't win the football game. It's not like we've won a football game now. The only football game we've won was against Long Island, and that's an FCS school. So we really haven't beaten a first division school since we beat UM. We threw the kitchen sink in that UM game, and the rest has been history.
Yeah. The first double of the season, that Long Island game, that was like playing a freshman high school team.
And honestly, I can't respect a win against a school called Long Island. That's something when you're down, you know, when Steven's down in the Keys, dropping his phone in the water because he had too many Long Islands. That you can't respect something like that. You can't respect a win against a team called Long Island. It's true. It's true. Steven dropped his phone. He had too many Long Islands. You can't respect a victory like that against a school called Long Island.
He's drinking apple juice.
No, we'll save that for you, Isaac. The kids, they can have their Mott's apple juice and keep it there. You know, the little mango juice. You know, we can put the little sippy straw in there for you. You know,
nice.
Let the men have the drinks here.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, the last thing we're going to talk about here before we get into a very fun trivia question is Plug Talk Sports is going on the road. It's going to be an experience of a lifetime. We're going, I don't know why I said lifetime, but it's an experience. We're going to the MLS playoffs, even though certain teams in our area aren't, but we are. We've made it. We got the points. But we're going to the playoffs. We'll be in Philadelphia covering the Union and the New York Red Bulls. Lemon City will have some part to do in that. And we're very excited to bring you that content. So we're very, very happy for that. And it's going to be a fun covering that.
Less playoff action. Always fun.
And this is going to be a very fun trivia question. I'm sure you guys have read it. I'm sure both of you kind of chuckled when you read it. But if each of the Plug Talk Sports members were to fight, Who would win and why? I'm taking my first bet. I think between either one of you two, the person I would probably
Jordan
fight
should
first.
be here too to make it like at least complete.
If
tournament
I
bracket.
were on an island and it was with the two of you, the first person I want to either fight or kill would probably be Steven. It would be Steven.
You want to kill me, dude?
It would be Steven. It probably will be you.
Why?
Because he'd probably say some shit. Look, mind you, we're on an island. We haven't ate in a couple days. We're a little hangry. He'll say some smart ass remark about my golf swing. I'd get pissed, and then I'd just try to kill him.
I mean, I thought you were saying who. Okay, what was the question? I thought you were saying who would win in a fight.
I made that last part up, but this is If each of the Plug Talk Sports members were to fight, who would win and why?
I'm just taking Isaac. The dude fights. Like,
I don't.
I'm like I
I think the rest
a guy by the name of Angel Martinez is gonna want to put me on his card and beat me up.
Honestly,
Isaac's a savage, dude.
False advertising.
I'm going with Isaac because Isaac's the dude. I mean, you guys can't tell by the screen, but like if you meet Isaac in person, this dude's got to walk through doors sideways.
Isaac is one of the most sneaky swole people I've ever met, dude. Like you don't know Isaac is swole until like maybe I don't know, dude. Just rolls up his sleeve one day and you're like, yo, chill, like maybe he wears shirts, Yeah, dude. Maybe he wears his shirt a little tight that day, and you're like, chill, Isaac. Did you just hit a pump or something?
Guys,
sneaky swole, dude.
Isaac is really the human reincarnation of Harambe.
Oh my god!
Literally, like if you go and you see Harambe, he's got his chest out and he's got those glutes pointing out. That is Isaac. This guy has to walk. You should have seen his ass coming through Sports Grill. He was coming through the front door and he was like coming sideways like this, and he had to sit he was sitting on the same side of the table with me, and he's like, oh, sorry, getting in here, Yeah, he's just, guys, I would say Isaac. So that leaves me against Steven and Isaac. I'm gonna, depending on who you pick, I'm not gonna hate you. It's okay, but it's up to you to pick me or Steven here. Yeah, you see, that's Isaac, man. That is literally Isaac. Look, that one in the bottom, that was him having that fried cheesecake.
Oh man,
Rob beat Joe Rogan.
It's up to you to pick, Isaac.
All right, so between the both of you guys,
all
right, so I think like in the stand-up, I'd have Steven. Like I'd actually had Steven, striking. But if it goes to the ground, I think Danny can figure out some way to choke you out. So it really depends.
That I like the perspective. I like where you're seeing it. I respect it. I'll get Danny with the length. I'll keep him at a distance. Put him to sleep out there, and maybe Danny just goes crazy. He likes to kick and shit and do some crazy shit and play soccer. So
with his up kicks,
yeah, he'll do something
like Cheeto Vera.
Yeah, just like try to trip me and then get me down and just I don't know something.
Look, man,
and he's like a Jose Aldo.
Steven's got the height. He's got the reach. But I think I have a little bit more weight. Steven, how much you weigh?
180, 185.
There's a close bet here. I'm 175, pushing 180, depending how many Oreos I can eat on a good day.
Yeah, but, I'm like 185 too. Mm-hmm. So we're on the same. We have.
Isaac,
here we go.
We have to.
Isaac, shut up. We all know you're a gorilla, for Christ's sake. There's no need to lie. This is a lie-free zone. If you want to lie, call Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my god!
But I can agree with that perspective. I think Steven's got me on the striking. I think if I take Steven to the ground, I use my weight, get that ground and pound, and then he's not getting up from there. I'm not letting him get up. I tell him, hey, too much Palacio de Lojua, bro.
Too many croquetas, bro.
All those little naked juices he used to drink before the Biscayne bust, that's it. That's it. They're going to help him get up.
Dude, this is Steven.
Oh, God. Honestly, I think I'd be the little praying mantis.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Exactly, bro. I'll give you one wushu finger hold. And it's done, bro. Game out.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think Steven, I got some speed to me too, so it'll be Steven's gonna try to clock me, but it's if he can catch me. I know he doesn't like that whole Floyd Mayweather defense system, but I think I'd have that. But again, like I get my soccer tactics going. I get Steven to the ground, bro, and it's all over from there. I get, once I got Steven to the ground, I'm gonna lose my damn mind. It's gonna be Harambe tactics from there, dog.
Yeah. I need Najee Harris to like break an ankle or something.
Jeez,
because like,
what's wrong with you?
Okay. I need him to catch the flu, a stomach flu or something. Like
we live in a pandemic. You can't say that no more.
I said stomach flu, like a stomach flu. He has to go to the bathroom and he's out the rest of the game because
we can't talk about
by 3 points here in fantasy.
We can't talk about stomach flus because you're just gonna remind Steven about when I got sick.
Yo, that was nasty.
I'm convinced at this point it's a conspiracy theory. I'm just convinced that Steven put something in my food.
Nah, bro. Having to stop for this guy on the highway. This guy's throwing up in the middle of the highway, bro.
Yo, and you know what's the worst part? I can't trust Steven. I trust you, Isaac. I can't trust Steven no more. I show up to work the next day at FIU, and they tell, hey, you feeling all right? I'm like, how did you find out? Unbelievable.
You had to make sure, dude. Had to make sure you're feeling good.
Well, guys, we have reached an hour and 2 minutes. I think we know that we can keep a show on for about 3 or 4 hours. But obviously, no one wants to see that. But we do appreciate it, though. We appreciate you guys tuning in every week. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing me take a shot for Isaac, since he wants to be boastful, Harambe over there on the screen. I pray that when he becomes big and he has concert festivals, they don't turn out like Astroworld. But that's okay, because I wouldn't be there anyways. But you know what? That's okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll see you guys next week. May be sad or happy, coming off depending. I'll be in Dallas for a Cowboys game. Might show up with a little Cowboys hat, nice little cigar. Dan from the South will be showing up. But we'll see. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you all next week.
Take it easy, everybody.